Hello everybody, Luther for Life here, bringing you guys a brand new video, well, another part of Chaotic 101. Today, I am going to actually teach you how to play the game and how the basic flow of the game goes. So, this is the battle board. The battle board is basically the field, it's where all the action happens. You got your 6 creature slots, and of course you can reduce it down to like 3 and then 1 for 3v3 and 1v1. Very, very simple. It's very, very simple once you actually like lay everything out and everything. So you got your 6 creatures, 6 battle gear, you got your discard pile over here, dead creatures, and battle gear, as well as also spent music goes over here as well. Locations go over here, and then your tech pile is over here. Now, this is just simply to help you learn how, like, where everything kind of goes and how to play and everything. So once you've figured out everything, you don't really need this. So, like, me and my friends, whenever we play, we don't really follow where everything is supposed to go, except for the base of where the 6 creatures go. That is absolutely a must to, like, follow and everything. So let's go ahead and get on with the actual first and basic game flow. So first and foremost, up here is your 3 like frontliners. Okay, directly in front of them will be your opponent's 3 frontliners, and you're gonna want to put your strongest creatures up front, generally speaking. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the battle gear for my main creature in the middle. You're gonna want to put all battle gear face down unless the battle gear states that it starts the game face up. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my frontliners, there we go, and of course with their battle gear and everything. Middle guys can be just more frontline creatures that you couldn't fit up front for obvious reasons, or it can be creatures that like are maybe kind of somewhat like somewhere in the middle between wanting to be in the front and wanting to be in the very back. Generally speaking though, I just put like other creatures that I just couldn't fit into the front in the middle. So for instance, this is an underworld deck if you can't tell, and it generally has a lot of creatures that generally want to be in the very, very front. Now, for the back is where you want to put your weakest creatures. This can be muges, conjurers, stuff like that. Generally speaking, guys who you generally don't want to battle with and are there as support for healing, doing special things, or just are more magic based. Typically creatures with low health and just low stats in general. For this specific deck, I'm putting Stelgar Fish's Mutation, who starts off weak but gets stronger the longer the game goes, so you generally want to put him as far back into the back as possible. Next up, we're going to take our 20 attack cards. We're going to shuffle them before the game begins, and then we're going to place them right here. Okay, and then of course at the beginning of your game, you and your opponent will both draw 2 attack cards, and that's just kind of like where to go. You keep them in your hand, and then whenever combat begins, you draw 1 and then you use it and then everything. Very, very simple, as I said. Next, for your 10 locations. Locations go over here, technically speaking. You do also shuffle it, but just for time's sake, I'm not going to shuffle. Now, as for music you keep in your hand along with your attack cards, which, as you can tell, gets to be a lot, because you have 6 music, you have your 2 attack cards, which, of course, depending on how things go, you'll have like 3 attack cards in your hand, so you'll be holding a crap ton of cards in your hand. Typically speaking, I usually just leave my music right over here somewhere, so that then I can keep track of it and everything and not have to really focus, like worry about holding a crap ton of cards in my hand and worry about dropping them and stuff and my opponent seeing them. So that's how everything kind of sort of goes at just starting the game, okay? Now, after, obviously your opponent would set up their thing and it'd be the mirror of yours. So they'd have their 3 frontline guys directly in front of your 3, and then obviously it'd continue. So at the beginning of the current player's turn, the turn player reveals the top card of their location deck. For instance, this one is actually one of my favorite locations, Raw Polshak. And then you just kind of pick whichever creature you want to attack with, and then you attack a creature that your opponent has that is near that creature. By near, I mean it's gotta be within 1 space of it, unless that creature has like swift or range or something like that. Now, one thing you do have to remember is your locations have something called initiative. Initiative is it basically does nothing other than decide who gets to use the first attack card. Now, once a battle actually begins, so let's say we're battling an overworld deck, and Sorry about that, guys. My recorder stopped recording for some reason. So anyways, so after you got to keep an eye on that initiative. So let's say we're going against an overworld deck and none of them have fire. This says initiative fire, so we will get to attack first. We will draw an attack card, and then we will pick an attack card out of our hand, play it, and then the opponent repeats that same process. Now, at any time during a battle, or before battle, or after battle, or wherever, you can activate a music or a creature's abilities unless it says otherwise. Now, at the beginning of battle, you will reveal the battle gear your creature has. So, for instance, for KO, it's a file driver. And then it just simply adds more effects. Think of battle gear as like equip cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or I don't know what the equivalent is of Magic in Pokemon. So, and basically the attacks just keep repeating over and over until one of the two creatures dies. Now, let's say in this instance, my attacking creature dies. Okay, so he will go over here to the discard pile. And then there will be an empty space on the battle board. After a battle, you cannot conduct another battle unless a card effect activates it, which I can only think of one card effect that actually does trigger another battle. Now, however, you can move as many creatures as you want, but only one for each creature unless they have an effect. I believe it's Swift that lets them move multiple times. So, for instance, in this one, I'm going to just move Krial up front to where KO died. And then that's basically the end of your turn. At the end of your turn, you will take the top card of your location deck and put it at the bottom of your deck. This is actually a bad example of that because it's a Mirage. I will explain Mirages in another video, but for this video, let's just say it's not a Mirage. I will put it at the bottom of my deck, and then that's it for my turn. Now, let's say after several turns and stuff, my attack deck runs out, and everything's in the attack discard pile. Then what you do is you take your attack discard pile, shuffle it, and then you just put it back in your deck. That's how you do that. Now, whenever you defeat a creature and you are the attacker, you will move into the defeated creature's space. And that's about it. Whoever defeats the opposing creatures, all of them, is the winner. So in a 6v6, you gotta win 6 battles, and of course, obviously, you can go back and forth very easily. And yeah, that's it, guys. So if you have any questions regarding the basic flow of the game and everything, please leave them down below. I will, of course, be doing some more Chaotic World videos. I got some more that I gotta finish up with just general stuff. So guys, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and see you all later. Peace out.